everybody, I am back doing a video response, but before we get started with that, sorry, I just had to do that. Right, okay, John of the South. I don't know what the hell that was supposed to be. John, if anybody doesn't know who John is, go check out his channel. He's done some really funny videos, but has recently started doing topical videos as well, so I thought I would throw my video response into the hat, so to speak. His question is, does Transformers need Optimus Prime? Kind of a topical one on the basis of the fact that next year we have Peter Cullen reprising his role for the third time in a row as Optimus Prime in Transformers the movie, and he will also be voicing, after 20 some odd years, Optimus Prime on a regular basis on the new Transformers Prime TV show. So a lot of Prime going on as of late. Does Transformers need Optimus Prime? There's two ways to look at it. One, you can look at it from a business point of view, in which case, absolutely, Transformers needs Optimus Prime from a marketing standpoint. And we've got to bear in mind as well, I think Jim Sorensen said it best on the interview we did with him at Auto Assembly, is that have to bear in mind now that Hasbro isn't in just the toy making business. Hasbro is in the making intellectual property business, which means they have to be very careful about what they do with their intellectual properties, which means, quid pro quo, you can't get away with the 86 movie anymore of just offing all of your characters because it's the most convenient plot way to get rid of the old school to bring in your new characters, because they're not selling toys as one arm of Hasbro at the minute. And it's a massive arm, don't get me wrong, but it's not the most important thing that they do, I would suspect. So, yeah, so when you think about it like that, when you think about the fact that they now have a responsibility for Transformers, not just to the fans, but to the shareholders, you kind of look at it being, yeah, well, we kind of do need an Optimus Prime. The other thing that I suppose you can look at is from a storytelling perspective. If you're going to create a leader character, generally speaking, with minor exceptions, leader characters have always been the stoic, brave, noble, honest characters that you would typically expect from a leader, unless, of course, that leader is in government, in which case it's a completely different set of virtues. But let's assume for a moment that those are the ones that most cartoon characters, the Superman archetype, let's look at it that way. If you are forced to create a Transformers show with that main character in line, your Leonardo, your Matt Tracker, your something like that, then my question to you then becomes, why change his name from Optimus Prime to anything else? If the essence of the character is going to be exactly the same, then you're just cheapening yourself by saying, oh, but he's not Optimus Prime. He is Sentinel Prime. He is Vector Prime. He is Nexus Prime. He is Alpha Prime. He is any of these characters. But at the same time, you know, even though he's got a different name, he is essentially Optimus Prime. I mean, that was what was great about Sentinel in Transformers Animated, was the fact that he was the direct opposite. And it was good that they put Optimus in a non-leader of the Autobots, because then you had somebody who could play off against him on his own level, in fact, a higher level. What was really great about Transformers Animated was the fact that, as Blackadder himself once said, you know, life kicks downwards. You know, he kicks me, I kick you, Baldrick, sort of thing. And it was cool that Prime was kind of, you know, was getting kicked down by Sentinel a lot of the time, even though he was right and all of that stuff, and even though Sentinel couldn't beat him, it was just the case that, you know, Sentinel would just verbally abuse him and things like that. I think it's not a case of necessarily replacing Optimus Prime. I think it's a case of finding new and interesting scenarios to put Optimus Prime in. And, you know, that can work within the realms of, say, Transformers Animated. That's not working so well in cases like the ongoing. But I think just to simply remove Optimus Prime for the sake of the fact that you're tired of seeing Optimus Prime isn't something that would play, I'm afraid. I think probably, you know, an even bigger question is, can the Transformers... Sorry, that's my really squeaky door. I suppose the big question that should be asked is, can the Transformers brand survive without Bumblebee at the moment? Because, you know, with all of his stardom and things like that, I think you're more likely to see a Transformers series without Optimus Prime than you are without Bumblebee. But yeah, so that's my response, John. I hope you found it to be somewhat engaging, somewhat insightful, and if not, I tried. But I'm going to go play with this guy, and I will catch you all later. Which is interesting, because look, it's Rodimus Prime, and yes, I know it says minor, but it's Rodimus Prime. It's Hot Rod. It's, yeah, whatever.